Your attempts at aiding us were insulting. When Earth and the Federation first came to us, we welcomed them as brothers. We shared our wisdom and our resources with you, but in our time of need, you gave us nothing except sympathy and a few meager handouts. Sympathy does not revitalize dead soil or dying oceans. We outnumber you, Captain. Lower your shields and beam over your surplus dilithium crystals, or I will be forced to destroy you. At least our race will survive. Once we can pay for the aid that is required, the Venturi will once again walk among the stars. You have 20 seconds to lower your shields for transport of the crystals, or we will fire. You have 20 seconds to lower your shields for transport of the dilithium, or we will fire. You have 20 seconds to lower your shields for transport of the dilithium, or you will find out just how warlike we can become.
We have a serious problem developing on the galactic rim. Unknown raiders have been attacking freighters in the Montgomery and Churchill systems. You will patrol 4 systems: Mountjoy, Montgomery, Allendon, and Churchill. Start with the second planet in each system, then proceed to the next. When you've patrolled all 4 systems, return to Starbase 11. Good luck. During this scenario, you fired on a freighter, even after it surrendered. I don't know what you were thinking, Cadet, but you failed the scenario. Your primary objective in this scenario was to protect Federation shipping and to learn the identity of the raider. You failed in both tasks. This mission required you to perform a patrol, which involved going to 4 planets. While this may seem minor compared with some of the other things that were happening, Starfleet expects its orders to be obeyed. Because you failed to follow this order, you failed the scenario. Well done, cadets. Your actions have brought the Venturi out into the open. It has not, however, ended their raiding, nor have you discovered the source of their technology. We'll be continuing that part of the scenario in our next mission.
Good to see you, Captain. We were real concerned about that ship coming at us. It's nice to know Starfleet's doing its job after all.
Thank you.
No use resting on your laurels. You've got the firepower. Go after him.
This is Captain Forrest of the USS Tempest. Identify yourself.
I am Caldos, captain of the Venturi ship Retaliation.
Captain, I have the entry on the Venturi from the ship's computer. The Venturi are Federation members. The Venturi do not understand the difficulties they face. Planetary revivification is even more complex than terraforming. Captain, the Venturi are not known for having their own starships, and that ship does not match any known design. Therefore, it must belong to another alien race. Their star is dying, but the majority of the populace have refused to immigrate. They have complained that the Federation aid is not sufficient to meet their needs.
I am Conovan of the 5th Venturi Honor Guard. We demand your immediate surrender. We repeat our demand. Surrender. The 5th Guard does not surrender. Al-Shaf has shown us a new way. Our race has wasted 10 millennia watching others achieve glory. When the other races of the Federation talk about us, what do they say? That we are pitiful and old, barely alive on a dying planet, soon to be forgotten. Al-Shaf has shown us that we can be strong. And now, we will show you our strength. there will be no peace. You will stand down immediately and prepare for the arrival of my second officer. We offer our unconditional surrender. I agree to your terms. Then the time for talk is past!
Venturi raiders have stepped up their campaign against Federation sectors on the galactic rim. We're going to try to stop them. The Venturi have been using the Abyss Nebula as an escape route after their raids, using special transponders to navigate within the cloud. Your assignment is to enter the nebula, go to the Alpha CN625, Beta CN625, and Gamma CN625 systems. Find each transponder and disable them. When all transponders have been disabled, return to Starbase 23. Be warned, cadets, that the heavy ionization in the Abyss Nebula reduces the shield and sensor integrity to 1/3 of their normal effectiveness. Good luck. Sometimes a captain has good reason to surrender. In this situation, none of them applied. The Venturi offered to surrender to you. Let me make Starfleet's policy clear. A surrender is a surrender and should be accepted as such. The Venturi surrendered to you in this mission. Following their surrender, you fired on them without provocation. That's unacceptable conduct and an automatic failing grade. This isn't an easy simulation, cadets. It says something about you that you passed it. Well done. The Venturi operations in the area around the Abyss Nebula have been terminated. However, we still do not know who is supplying the Venturi with their technology. Perhaps you'll get to encounter more leads in your next mission. Cadets, dismissed.
Captain, there are strong radio sources in the nebula. I cannot pinpoint their location because of the sensor interference, but I would speculate there is a major Venturi presence here.
This is quite a pilgrimage you've made, Captain. Perhaps now we can clear up the misunderstandings that have plagued our relationship. Now, why have you been attacking my followers? The conflicts we have experienced in the past are merely the misfortune of war, Captain. Your people should put it behind them and get on with their lives. 12 billion years ago, God created the universe in a fiery explosion and spread it over the vast vacuum of space. He created many wonders, but even he couldn't create appreciation of these wonders without sentience. So he created us, but life was still too small, too limited in its viewpoint to truly understand creation. Thus, he created the barrier by which sentients could expand their minds and commune with the very nature of the universe. I am the first Captain. The first being to commune with God in all his glory and to keep his mind intact. All hail Al-Shaf, the true and final voice of God. You mock me. I know all there is to know about you and your mission. But my blood shall not flow today. To God, what is not trivial? Your life, perhaps mine? Let us see whose life is truly important. I answer to the will of God, Captain. And strangely enough, it suddenly seems to me that he doesn't want peace at all.
Galactic barrier in 10 seconds.
All hands brace for impact. Medical team stand by.
The actions of the Venturi raiders are not popular with the majority of the people on Venturi home. Several Venturi diplomats are aboard the USS LaGrange. You will escort the LaGrange to Omega 12300, which the diplomats report is the headquarters for the Venturi raiding force. There, they will attempt to negotiate a settlement. There is a problem. Omega 12300 is beyond the galactic barrier, a mysterious energy field that encompasses the known galaxy. You will have to penetrate the barrier in order to reach the Venturi. This is an extremely dangerous area that's known to have dangerous side effects on some of the people traveling through it. So be careful. One of your duties is to defend the Federation facilities. You were present when Starbase 23 was destroyed. That would make you subject to mandatory investigation and a possible court-martial should you be found guilty of negligence. One of your mission goals was to provide intelligence on the Venturi base at Omega 12300. You failed to do so, and so you've been given a failing grade. You destroyed Venturi base 12300. While it was a threat to the security of the Federation and unarmed, nothing should be as important to a Starfleet officer as his respect for life. It is better to be compassionate than efficient, principled than effective. During the mission, a starbase was attacked. You responded to this attack by warping out of the system during the battle. Whatever your reasoning was, you failed to help an ally in need. I have a special commendation for you. While at Omega 12300, you scanned the derelict vessels that the Venturi are using as their craft. We now know much more about the origin of the technology that the Venturi are using. That was good thinking on your part. Congratulations on making it through a difficult series. We should also like to extend our special thanks to Sturek for helping us act out the psychic powers of Al-Shaf in that scenario. The death of Al-Shaf brings an end to the main raiding force of the Venturi. You may have noticed as the scenarios progressed, the raiders became less communicative. That was no coincidence. Al-Shaf's mental control over his followers was increasing as time went on. It is possible that you will see Venturi raiders again. Not all of the raiders needed to be coerced to help their leader. Until then, you are dismissed.
Captain, an instant before the LaGrange was destroyed, I sensed something. It was as if I was in a mind meld with someone who was experiencing a sharp pain. There were no Vulcans or individuals with known psi talents aboard the Lagrange. What I sensed seemed like it originated far away, farther than my mind could comprehend. It was a mind of great power. There is a small base entrenched in the surface of the planetoid. They have a small fusion reactor, a transporter system, and a sensor array. I find no evidence of defensive systems or communications. There are approximately 32 life forms within the complex. All are Venturi.